Good morning. It is currently 25 to 9, and obviously I was supposed to live stream yesterday because I wanted to get something off my chest. But then I kept having second thoughts, so I thought to myself, okay, I won't really do it. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the thumbnail because the thumbnail, if you see it very carefully, it's just my outside. It's just me looking outside. As you can see, the cerulean skies are out. You can barely see white clouds in the corner. Like you can barely see it, which is unfortunate. Uh, um, Sorry about all the water over here. It's just which I can't really change. I mean, I can wipe it out. It's wet. It's cold. It's gonna make me sick. Technically, I am, with the sniffles, but it's gone for now, I guess. I'm still feeling cold. After all, it is, what you want to call it, freaking winter. Well, that's only one word for it. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Yesterday was fun. So yeah, I was so tired, and that's basically it. What else can I talk about? Oh yes, there was one important aspect I wanted to talk about. I really want to talk about this, and it is to do with the Rippaverse. Now, if you don't know, I'm gonna just click this video to show you this tweet. I don't like going on Twitter that much, so okay. So let's just change this quality to 1080. You still can't see it because you have to zoom in. Well, not zoom in, but also like focus. Okay. So basically, there is this CBR. I'm sure many of you know what company CBR is. Basically, this strange company, this very strange company. They talk about a lot of comics, a lot of anime, and that's about it. That's all they're about, literally. And okay, so basically, there's this one writer who's very angry, very, very angry. And look, you can have your opinions, that's fine. But the way they go about it is just so obnoxious. And they're trying to sound as if they're much better than everyone else. And I want to be very clear. You don't need sites like CBR, IGN to focus on your product because many of those writers, I kid you not, many of those writers are not going to support you, okay? So I don't feel so surprised when a bunch of CBR writers come out and say stuff like this. I won't be surprised because many of them will say that. I remember a couple months ago, no, last year. Remember when there was this attack on this game developer because he supported the Texas law on abortion. Remember that? A lot of these like people from multiple companies started attacking him, and a few of them, well, I remember one of them particularly was from IGN, and he was saying the worst of the worst stuff in his own timeline. You know, it's kind of crazy to see how these people act. You know, they act more superior, and here's the sad thing about them. You know, most of their articles don't get that much clicks. The only clicks they get are from normies, unless they have like a very good exclusive article. That's the only time they'll get proper clicks, you know. That's the sad part about all of this. They don't want to cover stuff like this, and that is totally fine. I was watching Eric's stream the other day. I watched like a small portion of it, and he did mention that you'd rather have someone like bounding into comics talk about the comics or promote it in some way. Because let's be real for a moment, this type of media, they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They are hating you. People like me, they hate us. Okay, they hate us a lot. They hate us a lot. If you're just anti woke, you just get mocked. Simple as that. And if I remember correctly, this person was bragging about um, about having access, you know? And he was saying that it's overpriced. How is it overpriced? How is how is $30 overpriced? I kid you not, there are broken games for $60 to $70 in the industry. And they sell like hotcakes. Many of these journalists defend stuff like that, if it's broken or not. They defend it, and even when it doesn't get fixed, they still defend it. You know, they are shows, simple as that. I don't like using the term, but they are that. You know, they always try and think they're better. Oh, because they have access, close access, or whatever. What does that mean? You're not special. You know, so many journalists these days have access to so much of crazy stuff. You know, it's like why is that so special? Apparently, it's not special. You know, and then he mentions. I wish I can zoom in even more, but basically saying that all these other comics are like cheaper, but it's like all those other comics suck. Let's be real for a moment. Let's be real for a moment. It freaking sucks. Okay, Watchmen for $25. Who is reading Watchmen? Who? Who? You know? Like these days these comics barely sell, you know? You know, over 100 pages of excellent comic for 9.99. Okay, that could either be the set price or it could either be the fact that you're not selling so much, so you gotta, cheapen it down. Uh, Yeah, Eric doesn't have deals in China to make the books for pennies and on dollars. And then this guy mentions Image Studios and Boom Studios. DC gets book printed in Canada. Try again. And even if they get printed in Canada, why so little sales? Why do they barely sell stuff? You know, that's the thing I'm trying to say. It's like these journalists, they aren't worth your time. You know, IGN, CBR, and all the other people in the mainstream. They don't like people like us who just doesn't fit the narrative. So they have to always try and find some stupid excuse. And once again, it's fine if these people don't cover it. It's totally fine because these people were never going to cover it at all. If it failed, if it somehow failed, which I doubt it was going to fail, it was not going to fail because once again, I had a lot of a belief that this was going to get like close to its goal, but it actually over exceeded its goal within the first week, you know? So what I'm trying to say is that if this one did like bad, let's just say it did bad, only then CBR will talk about this and run like thousands of headlines. That's it, you know? That's just the saddest part about all of this, really. It's just so sad, you know? They try so hard, you know, to get so festive with all these other companies. Just remember that these same people, they don't like anything to do with uh, different opinions, you know? All that access stuff, all the access media and stuff like that. Once they found out that you differ with opinion, they're not gonna start supporting your company. So it's just a crazy thing altogether. I just wanted to get this off my chest. We don't need companies like this. Look, if they want to cover it, that's fine. But I will not prioritize those companies. I'm not going to prioritize IGN in the future. If I make a couple of games and if they want to report on it, that's totally fine. They have every right to do so. But when it comes to giving exclusive word, I would rather, as well as Eric, we would rather give our a word, our exclusive work and words to bounding into comics, or maybe I will give to niche gaming or something like that. Mostly because, mostly because I don't need these major companies anymore because they don't care about us. When it comes to gaming, they rancor gamers. When it comes to anime, they rancor those who watch anime. They even rancor anything to do with anime. They watch it because they're afraid of missing out. That's literally it. And then they complain about something offensive in it, and it's like, really, really. What else? Um, we can go on for years, honestly. You know, most of these mainstream sites do not support anyone with a different opinion. And I'm very much accepting of that. If they want to play their own game, that's totally fine. But don't be cross when I start or Eric starts doing something with bounding into comics or another company. They should not be cross, okay? And all that access media right now, all those access media, they're getting very pissed off, you know? Because, oh, Batwoman is cancelled, you know? I'm just saying how crazy it is. And that's the thing, I don't need them. We should stop, you know, wanting them. We don't need them. That's what I'm trying to say. Because bounding into comics can write a beautiful article. I remember a couple months ago, if you watch some of my videos, I would show you like a sponsorship was right over here. They were sponsored by a comic book from I think Kickstarter, and yeah, they were sponsored. So I can also sponsor on these websites in the future if I wanted to. You know, I could do that. I could do that. So I'm trying to say, like these sites matter more to me and people, just regular people, I would say, you know, than CPR and IGN, because many of these sites these days don't respect anyone, you know. And it's not just about getting clicks. It's about the fact that the people who are hired don't want to talk about games. They don't want to talk about games. They want gaming to be more easy. And look, if some games can be easy, that's fine. If some games wants to be hard, that's also fine. If some games want to have like a choice of difficulty, that's very fine as well. Every design has a cool parts, I would say. However, people complain and say, oh, the hard games must be easy for more accessibility. That doesn't make sense. Accessibility means the reach of the game. Can you get the game? Can you play the game? You know, do you have time to play the game? You know, when it comes to time like that, you need to make your own time. You know, if it's a very difficult game, you need to make your own time. When it comes to like disabilities, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. But you know, there are some controllers out there and some people trying to make gaming better for those who have disabilities. But, you know, we have a long way to go for that type of accessibility. But when it comes to everything else, I think it's totally fine. Games are released worldwide, and well, I would say mostly worldwide. So I have no issue with the accessibility part because it's released worldwide, most cases, and you can actually get it. You can purchase it online, you know, like no one's stopping you. So the accessibility is over the roof. You know, how you play the game is basically on you. And if you have the time, that's all about you. It's not about anything else besides the player, you know? But these days you gotta change everything. And look, me complaining about it is not gonna do anything, you know? So I might as well just not focus so much on complaining. Because the more we complain, not much will get done. But at least I hope someone heard the news of what happens because people, like, you know, people who work in IGN, not everyone, obviously, not everyone, but many of them don't like gamers. Many of them in CBR don't like comics, you know. I'm just saying, you know, it's a tough industry. What else can I say? We should focus on the industry that likes us. Because bounding into comics, niche gaming, and maybe even Sankaku Complex, they respect us. Different opinions, you know. They are for us, basically, you know. So I would rather support those websites, you know, give them a couple of exclusive stuff, and they can post it, and that will be much more fun than giving it to IGN. I understand that, you know, IGN reaches a lot of people, but let's be real, they don't like people. Simple as that. So if I made a video game, like let's just say an adult video game, and I put it on IGN, obviously they'll have to show for it, no matter if they don't like it, you know. But the point is, you are giving money to people who just always rancor games, you know? Because, once again, they complain about gaming all the time. I don't want to feed that. I do not want to feed that whatsoever. And look, if those companies want to talk about any product, be it the Rippaverse or whatever anyone makes in our little group, in this little anti-woke crowd, you know, if they want to talk about it, that's absolutely fine. They have every right to talk about it, write articles about it. But there's no need for me to go out there and ask them or pay them to do it. I don't need that. I rather pay, bounding into comics or another company. You know what I'm saying? Because they are for us. They are for the people who are just not into the woke nonsense. And that's what I like about some of these companies. That's why I rather put a lot of investments over here rather than IGN or CBR. And look, if people in IGN ate my stuff and all the other places, it's fine. I'm not going to get that mad. People can like whatever they want to like. And these days, journalism is not about actual journalism. It's about being bitter, and attacking everyone. But still, um, so you need to understand that, hey, journalism is going to be like this, and they're going to be salty about certain things, and I can't change that. I cannot change that. So as I said, I'm totally fine if people want to talk about something. If I release a video game and people talk about that, people write articles about that, that is 100% fine. That is perfect. That's okay. That's beautiful. It's up to them if they want to write it or not. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say altogether. However, when it comes to exclusive content, I rather give companies like Bounding into Comics, Niche Gaming, even Sankaku Complex, but that's more for like an adult site, so I don't know about that. But I rather give like non-woke sites a chance because they do a better job helping when it comes to our problem. They spread the news, they talk about things that we have no time to research. Because listen, like researching things is a hasty thing. Not hasty. It's unhasty. That's a word. I don't think it is a word. Nonetheless, I'm just saying it takes such a long time to research, do these things. I can't. And you have to be in all social medias and all times. I can't be the person. I can't be the messenger. That's why we have some of these sites like Bounding into Comics to be the messenger and report. So I'm just saying they deserve more than anything else. So yeah, people are gonna be salty. People are gonna be very salty, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm gonna continue to soar, work on my stuff, and that's it. Speaking of working on my content, so when it comes to interesting ideas, I try not to go over the edge. You know what I mean? Because when I'm writing something, you can go that deep. You can dive that deep and enter the wrong place. For example, the book I was working on, as I was working on that book, I ended up writing so much of crazy stuff. And I look back on it, it's like, wow, I don't need those things. Those things can be a separate idea altogether. So what I'm gonna do is recycle those characters and reuse them for something else, you know? And that's basically it. Because I don't know. I don't want every story to tackle every single piece of fiction that I write. Moving on. I hope my voice is okay. So, what else can I say? I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I'm just so tired, honestly. I can't remember what time I slept, but I think it was a normal time. I think it was like a normal average time. Okay, what's going on over here? Hold on. Ah, I dropped something. I'm just, tired because just now I have to go back to my books and work on my books. And yeah, I have to delete a lot of stuff because once again, it's just not right. It's not right to have certain stuff in the book. Like, I have certain things that feel like it'll take the story way too much. The story is about basically adventure. One person's going to for an adventure, while the other has a goal to find something. So, you know, um, two different characters, two different type of characters, because they're different altogether. I've introduced a brand new species, well, a couple of brand new stuff as well, And as they travel throughout the world, you will see a lot of interesting characters. I'm not gonna go to I'm not gonna go back to past tense for this book because here's the thing. I started writing this book a couple months ago in past tense, and then when I was around like chapter three, no, chapter four, something came over me where I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I should make it past. No, I should make it present tense. And now I'm thinking maybe I should go back. But no, I'll skip to present tense. It's going to be a bit difficult. And this isn't like a diary entry whatsoever. This is not a diary entry at all. This is literally a fictional tale, adventure tale, folklore, you know, made up stuff. So what can I promise? I don't really know, to be fair, because I have to rewrite stuff now. I have to go way back and write stuff now. It's going to be very obnoxious. Um, but I hope that my stories can reach out there, you know. Now, when it comes to writing, it's going to be a problem. I am going to be selling these books on my own website for now. But when it comes to future projects, they will be on a separate site. They will have physical copies as well, so you can purchase them too. Uh, I'm just so tired. I'm sorry. So let me just talk about what I have to delete. Okay, so I have an entire chapter. I have an entire chapter. Not this one though, but um, okay, let's just check the paging all together. Now, bear in mind, I have to delete some stuff, rewrite some stuff, rework some stuff, re-add certain, not re-add, rehash certain stuff, I will assume, or just altogether take out major scenes. I'm trying to find out how do you print, how do you get the page, how do you view it with pages? Because it's so difficult. I keep forgetting the way how it is. Okay, hold on, I'm almost done. Print preview. Okay, so we have chapter. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then we have, what page is this? Okay, it got stuck. Damn it, it's stuck. I read too fast. I went too fast. Wrong button again. Keep pressing the wrong stuff. I feel like it keeps switching every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can just go back. No, I can't. I have to go the long way, the long route. I can't have a shortcut. So there is going to be a song which might take like 3 or 4 pages. Okay, we are on page 65, 70. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay, we keep going. Look at this stuff. And by the way I wrote it, it's coming from middle. Like, it's going downwards. Instead of left to right, it's going downwards. Now, this can change, obviously, in the final editing form, but honestly, 110 pages. I have to delete, like, an entire chapter, which costed, like, let me recount it. Um, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like 14 and like 3/4 of a page. I have to delete 14 pages. Oh, the humanity. Oh, painful, right? Very, very, very painful. It's gonna be very difficult. Once again, the books won't look like this at all. When it comes to chapter, when it comes to chapter introduction, what I'm gonna do is give a separate page altogether. So on top it'll say chapter, I don't know, whatever, and in the bottom there'll be a nice little artwork of something, of something of the book, something of that chapter. Let's just say if there's a scene where, the characters are doing something, I'll take that. It'll be a random scene, but still, it'll be so fun. Oh, it'll be amazing. Okay, so I have a lot to delete, a lot to edit. This is gonna be a problem. Um, but I feel like this will help a lot because I've been trying to do such a magical approach to so much. There is going to be some magical elements here, but when it comes to the main characters, not so much. Uh, okay. Anyways, I think I have to go now. Okay, I'll go. Have a good day. Look at that beautiful sky. It's slowly clearing. The water is slowly clearing. Yeah, that's beautiful. I wish I can show you more. Anyways, bye.